Hey everybody. So here we are, Monday night. And first, what you're seeing on the screen is we are about to have a brand new month. Wednesday is July 1st. So I thought I would just show you what my members will be getting this month added to their library. And so if you are one of those members, here's kind of your early sneak peek at what is going to be added to the portal this month. Several, obviously, full length classes and a shorter flow for the shoulders, as well as a little bit of talking about tree pose and some tips there. So, a little bit of a tease for what's coming because already, somehow or another, it is about to be July. And I was telling someone earlier today that I think you could tell me it was May, and I would still believe you. I be at, as much as I would believe that it's almost July. So crazy times that we are living. So you can go to bit.ly yoga with no bit.ly TD membership, or just message me. I can get you that information, or just kind of look around on my page. I'm sure you'll find it. So July, a new month. It's still, it's officially summer, and always kind of a fun but less consistent time, I feel like, for a lot of us schedule wise. So, what I thought I would talk about today is the number one motivator, and you'll understand why I'm talking about this as I give you the example. But a lot of times when we are starting something, whatever it may be, we might start out really, really strong, right? We start out kind of all in and gangbusters, and we're super excited. But what keeps us going and what really is the number one motivator is seeing results and having progress. That's it, right? That's the number one motivator. And I think that's why a lot of times we can start out really strong with something and then lose steam. Because when you first start something new, a lot of times you see those initial results, right? You're like, oh, I feel great, or oh, that looks better, or oh, I got this accomplished, or I lost 3 pounds, like whatever. There's always kind of that first burst of success and results. But then sometimes those results may be slowed down, or they're not as obvious, or they're not as new, and other things creep in. For example, it's summer, right? The difference in the schedule. Maybe it's, well, I'll get back to that in the fall, right? Or, oh, I can't really right now because we're doing all these other things, yada, 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 right? And so a lot of times, kind of in that middle, we lose that steam, and then the results maybe drop off, or we feel like we go backwards with those results, which then, of course, undermines that motivation even more, right? And so here's my example. So, on my summer list of things I really wanted to get done this summer was the very glorious job of cleaning out and sorting and organizing our storage areas, including the garage. So, 2 rooms in the basement for storage and then the garage. Because when we moved last summer, a year ago, we marked all the boxes, big storage, small storage. But we didn't put really what was in those boxes. And we just kind of moved stuff that we maybe didn't need anymore or didn't want, but we were just kind of packing up and we'll just deal with it later. Well, I decided this summer was going to be later. So, like any new project or new idea, I started out right away. And those initial results of like, oh, I got through like these tubs, or I have empty tubs. I feel like that's a really big progress marker when you're cleaning stuff out is empty Rubbermaid tubs, right? And so there's that initial excitement. But things that are going to show you really great results also usually take a long time, right? Those results are often something that it takes a while for us to actually achieve. So sometimes that starts to be disheartening. That it's like, I'm never going to get this project done. And sometimes it gets messier before it gets better, right? Especially my example here of like cleaning things out. You kind of have to take out a lot of stuff and make a mess, which can undermine that feeling of progress, right? It's like, yeah, I got these empty tubs, but look at all this stuff. And a lot of things that we want are also in, not only do they take a long time and require a lot of endurance, but they're exhausting. It's hard work, right? To stay dedicated or to keep working at that thing, even if we really want it. And, sometimes we just want to be like, you know what? I'm just not going to go to the basement and then I won't see it. And I'm just going to close that door and I'm going to ignore it. And I don't want to work on that project anymore. That was a terrible idea, right? We just kind of fail completely. Um, but I usually find too that even if you do take a little bit of a break and then you're like, okay, back, I'm back at it. I'm going to get those results. I'm going to achieve this goal. There comes a point too, I feel like, when there's some type of breakthrough that those initial results happened, then we have to deal with that plateau. And then there's like a moment where we have a breakthrough or we have a realization and things are more that consistent momentum at that point. It's no longer always these spikes and plateaus, but it's like, no, now I'm like on this train and we're just going to keep going. And we start to see that more consistent progress. And of course, there's always highs and lows and moments of exhaustion and a lot of goals and things that we want results for are kind of lifelong things, right? That we want to eat healthy or exercise regularly. It's not as if there's an end date to some of those things where there can be an end date to cleaning out a closet. In fact, I finished today. That's why we're talking about it. I'm super excited. My progress and results. I'm done. I finished cleaning out those closets downstairs and I am really excited about it. And they're all labeled. So, but it took longer than I wanted it to take. It was exhausting. I stopped for a little while. And then today I was like, well, actually, it was yesterday. I kind of started back up and I had that breakthrough moment of like, I'm putting things away again. Like things are labeled and now I'm just putting them on the shelf or in the section. And so then it was like, oh, here we go. I made it over that like big hump, right? So, whatever your goals are, whatever this might resonate for you right now, I think this is normal. And so, just kind of identify and relate to where you're at in that progress, even if it was that you shut the door and you didn't want to look in there anymore. Okay, maybe tomorrow you decide for that goal, that wish, that thing you want to make progress on. Maybe we look at it again. Maybe we think about it again. Maybe we take that first step to getting over that hump and making it toward that breakthrough that we might need, right? So, and the thing is, you started that goal for a reason, right? You wanted to achieve it. So don't give up on it. Revisit. Take a break if you need to, but then check it out again and give it another go. Because just think how great it will feel when you have that breakthrough or you have those moments. And then I hinted at this, that I have a little challenge for you that might help spark your progress, your results, especially if they are yoga or fitness, being healthy related. So I am not going to lie, this COVID pandemic, as you all know in your lives, has not been easy. There have been things that I've really liked about this time and things I might want to adjust and make a new normal. But it's also been difficult in ways, especially on the business element side of things and the business aspect. And I first want to thank you very much, those of you who've been coming to virtual classes and supporting my yoga and joining me in that community. It has been wonderful, and I cannot thank you enough for doing that and keeping me afloat in this time. But it has been very, very hard. And the difference in now versus pre-COVID is stark. So I have a challenge for all of you. If I was looking at things and brainstorming and being like, what could we do? And if everybody who liked my page or who got emails from me or even liked me on Instagram, like all those people, if you even came to one July class, I could make my business goals for the month, right? One class. Now, I hope you would come to all the classes, but I'm not greedy in that way, right? I know you are busy and it's difficult, but if you even committed to one class this month in July, it would be amazing, right? And so that's kind of my challenge, my ask of you. If you haven't come to a virtual class this month, um, could you give it a try? Plus, I'm running a summer special that if my schedule doesn't match your schedule, and you're like, I would totally come, but those times just don't work for me, you will get with your $5 class admission, you will get 3 days access to the raw recording of that class. So tonight we had Sculpt at 5:30. If you're like, oh, I love Sculpt, but I can never do Monday nights, no problem, right? You can Venmo or PayPal me the $5 and you will get 3-day access to the recording of the entire class. So I have 3 public classes a week. Right now I have Monday night, 5:30 Sculpt. I have Wednesday night, 5:30 Vinyasa. And I have Saturday morning, 9 a.m. Vinyasa. So if any of those pique your interest and you want to give them a go, or join back in or try this out, I would love to have you commit to one class in July. And I have my book now button working, so you can even claim a class and it will email you a reminder. And so if you click book now on my Facebook page, it should open up and you can reserve away. So keep those results in mind as you approach your goals and realize kind of that ebb and flow and that all goals worth pursuing take longer than we want and are more and more exhausting than ever. So keep at it. And I'm really excited to see you in July, some way or another. And hopefully soon we will see one another back in the studio as well as virtual. So keep me posted, and I hope you have a great week.